Well, we got a great guest in studio today, Vicky, as we are talking with the Shelton High School ASB president. It is Mark Christensen. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Mark.
Good morning. Good morning.
Thanks for coming on the air.
Yeah, no problem.
Mark is also involved in our Rural Development Initiative Leadership Program that we've been working on hard over the last couple of months, and it's been fun to chat with him more and get to know him. And so student, school, ASB president, and you are the representative liaison between the school and the students and the school board.
Yes, that is correct.
So what are some of the charges you do in that regard? You make presentations at all the school board meetings, and I believe there's one tonight?
Yes, there is one tonight at 6 o'clock. Mainly, my job consists of going to the school board meetings. I have my own seat next to Dan Cooling. Got my little name placard and everything.
Nice.
All right.
Usually at the end of the meetings, there's the school board comments, so that's mostly the time when I kind of update the school board on anything going on at Shelton High School.
Interesting.
So-
Interesting. How long have you been in student government, and what first got you started?
All right. For the last 3 years, I've been in the position of president at Shelton High School. Sophomore year, junior year as class president, and then this year as ASB president.
Wow.
Yeah. Sophomore year, kind of got started on it. I say this story all the time to my friends, but it kind of sounds bad when I say it, but it kind of started as a joke a little bit.
Sure.
It started with me kind of asking around at first because there's already 2 students running for the position. And I was kind of asking around, seeing what people would think if I ran for it. And so a couple people were saying, yeah, I'd vote for you. And so I just ran with it.
Good
so,
for you.
Yeah.
Are we looking at our future president right here?
We very well may.
I
So we may
know
need to
it.
get some pictures and things after
I
this.
love
so
it.
we're good to go. You say as a joke, but and if you were starting it off in fun or whatever, I can think of a heck of a lot more different ways that kids are having fun that don't involve engagement in community and
Or
stuff
the
like
school.
that. That's pretty impressive.
Right. It's totally impressive.
So what was some of the eye-opening things that you learned? Like you're a sophomore, you're now representing the sophomore class and the junior and senior classes at the high school. What do kids come at you with requests or changes?
We need better lunches.
We need I think
lockers.
when I was in high school, we talked get the price of the soda pop lowered.
Right.
What
Right.
do
That's
folk
important.
come at you with?
Usually it's people coming up to me telling me that I didn't follow through any of my promises. But
That's
I always kind of respond with that I didn't make any promises. Every time I
That
wrote a
sounds like
speech,
fake news.
yeah, every time I wrote a speech for class government, I always made sure that there was no promises.
That's smart.
Good.
So,
That's very smart.
yeah.
nothing to hold you against, I suppose.
And then usually when people come up to me asking for new things, I kind of say, well, I think the Shelton School District's bond and levy will cover most of that. So,
That's your default answer.
yeah.
How have your interactions with the school board, folks like in the audience or when it comes to different meetings, knowing that you're a high school student, do they know right away that you're still in high school, or does that take them by surprise later?
Usually they know that there's someone from the high school on the school board because I'm not sure how long we've had a student representative, but each year there's supposed to be at least like a high school representative. And this year, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is the first year that we also have a choice representative.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
So, yeah, so there's 2 students, including me.
Nice.
So, yeah.
And so what do you do as the senior ASB class president as you get ready to wrap up the year, wrap up your curriculum? What are some of the things that you got to do?
Right now,
Yeah.
well, on Friday, we have our senior presentations, which is kind of our high school and beyond plan. And so each student has to come up with a PowerPoint presentation on what they're doing after high school. Like, what's that next year going to look like? Your feasibility, how you're going to be able to do that. And so every high school senior, it's required to do that in order to walk. Yeah, in order to walk at graduation, you got to do it.
Get you going.
So-
I don't remember having any of that. You
I
really
know.
think ahead. So
That's too much. Well, who knows what you're going to do after high school?
hit us with it. What are the plans after?
What are you going to do?
Well, originally I wanted to go to Wazoo,
Sure.
but for affordability and feasibility reasons, I'm actually going to SPSCC for 2 years.
Sure.
And then after those first 2 years, that's when I'll transfer over to Wazoo.
Good way to do it.
Oh,
Clipper
yeah.
alumni. I went there, got
Right.
my AA there, went to Western
That's awesome.
afterwards. So it's a good deal.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the presidency eventually, 1600 Pennsylvania. Is that what you're looking at?
Maybe one day, maybe one day. I always tell Caleb, give me 20 years. Give me 20 years, yeah.
I mean, that's more of a commitment than we hear from some of the politicians who are probably going to run in 2 years.
Right. All the ones that are quitting and retiring now.
So now you are here on the radio, going to be able to talk to either students or parents of students as they move forward through the high school process and encouraging them to get involved in the school programs, run for office, things like that, be involved. What has it done for you?
It's done actually a lot of things. Being able to help the students out that are trying to get that next step into leadership. There have been students that have come up to me asking, like, help to write, like, help, well, not write their speeches for them, but to help them out. Yeah, tips on how to give a speech, you know. And so, because at Shelton High School, every time there's an assembly, I've been the one kind of emceeing it. You kind of hear my voice to start off, and you hear my voice when we end.
Nice.
So.
Very cool.
That is cool.
Well, good on you. And again, it's been really fun getting to know you more through our leadership programs that we've been doing. That's fun. Mark Christensen is the Shelton High School ASB president and the kind of liaison between the high school, the Shelton High School, and the Shelton School Board. Well,
That's
thanks for
so
coming
cool.
on.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Yeah.
It's good to see you here.